Okay, so this is the review for the quiz test. This is the test, sections 5.5 through 5.7 in simplifying radicals. Problem number 1. Sure, go ahead. What you need to do, number 1, first of all, I recommend that you underline, highlight, do something, please. Let me go ahead and underline or box out angles. The mistake with something like this is that you don't put the proper symbol. So it's going to be angle, angle, and angle. In order from smallest, okay. So from smallest, it means that you have to go to the shortest side. Which is the shortest side?
7.
7. When you have the 7, across from the 7, that would be the smallest angle. So it's angle C should be the smallest. Then which is the biggest of the longest
9.
of the 3 sides?
9.
Where the 9 is, that's right. So then across from the 9, that's the largest angle. So angle A would be the last one.
CB.
So B should be the middle size angle. And that's the answer. Okay. Number 2, write the sides. Okay, so first of all, it has to be sides. Don't give me angles. It's got to be sides. So you put the proper symbol. 3 lines. In order from shortest, okay, I'm missing an angle. Angle D. So to find D, you have to add the 2 angles, which is 61
Subtract.
plus 59, and that's 120.
21. Oh.
And then the 120, you subtract it from 180, and that gives you 60. So angle D is 60. Now that you have the 3 angles, then you want the shortest side. That's across from the 59, right? Because that's the smallest angle. So DE must be the first one. And then the largest angle is where you have the 61. So across from that, DF must be the last
Does
one.
it matter if I put like FG or DF?
No, it doesn't matter because
Okay.
it's the same segment. And then the middle size would be EF. Okay. And that's the answer. Okay. Number 3. In number 3, if you look at the board, on the board I gave you some notes and I told you, okay, whenever you find the range of a triangle, the size of a triangle, missing side of the 3 sides of the triangle, what you need to do is add and subtract the 2 sides that are given. For example, let me go ahead and go over that. Number 3. If I subtract, let me put here, subtract. If I subtract 17 minus 12, that would be 5, right? So 5 should be the smallest number. Now, you need to add them also. So add. When you add them up, 17 plus 12, that gives you 29.
29.
And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to let the third side be represented by the letter S. Okay, so I'm going to put here S. Should be smaller than 29 and greater than 5. And that's the range.
Wait, should be smaller
And
than
it's always,
should be
like,
smaller than
smaller
5
than,
and greater
right?
than 29.
No, greater than 5.
Oh, greater than 5.
Yeah, wherever the inequality symbol is opening to, that is greater. So the side, in this case, notice that this is opening towards where the S is. So the S has to be greater than the 5. And then, and also less than 29. And let's just, check one number between 5 and 29. Give me a number between 5 and 29.
7. Oh.
7?
23.
23? Okay, so let me go ahead and just... I want to delete. How do I delete? Let me see. This is a new application. Well, let me put it over here on the side. You said what, 20? You gave me 20? Okay, so then the sides would be 12, 17, and 20. So I'm checking to see if 20 could be one of the sides of the triangle. How do I check to see if it's possible to have a triangle with those 3 sides?
I know.
Add what?
Two perfect. No. Was it 5?
Add 2 of the sides, and that has to be
They had to do like those.
More than the other side.
the square and stuff like that? No. It's just add 2 sides, and that has to be more than the third side. So is 12 plus 17 greater than 20?
Yeah.
Yes, it is, right? Okay, so then,
Wait, where'd you get 12 from? Are you doing number 4?
uh-huh. See, over here, Notice that on the problem it says the two sides would be 17 and 12. So I know that two of the sides are 17 and the other one is 12. So I'm just testing to see if this is the right range. Now, I'm just picking any number, and you gave me the 20, so I'm using that 20, and I'm checking to see if I'll be able to have a triangle with sides 12, 17, and 20, just to test it, just to check it. So then, when I put that in combination 12 plus 17, is that greater than 20? And yes, it is. I'll put a check mark. And now, the second one, Alondra. You cannot use the phone here, so put it away, please.
I'm trying to download the notice.
Really?
It's too small.
It's too small, yes.
Yeah, like it doesn't look.
If you want, just get a blank sheet of paper and just copy the problem on a blank sheet of paper, yes. Now, what about 17 plus 20? Is that more than 12?
And yes.
Yes, it's 37, right? And 37 is more than 12. Okay, how about the third combination? What's the third combination?
20 plus 12.
20 plus 12? Is that sum greater than 17?
Yes.
Yes, so notice that when you check the three combinations, it would work. And you can try any number.
What if we were to do like a number smaller than that?
Like, for example, if you look at the range, the smaller number you can use based on the range is 6, or 5.1, 5.2, 5.5, 5.01, anything that is greater than 5.
It's,
But
but
if
it's,
you do 12 plus 6, that wouldn't be greater than 20.
12 plus 6, let me see. But what you're substituting here, this would be 6.
Oh, I thought it was a 17, my bad.
No, I'm substituting, the third number is what I'm substituting and changing, yes. So it would be true. 12 plus 6 is 18, that's more than 17. 17 plus 6 is 23, more than 12. So 12, and yeah, everything works. Okay? So that's a way to check on the range. Any more questions about the range? No? Okay, next problem. Okay. Problem number 4 says, tell whether a triangle can be sized with the lengths 2.7, 3.5, and 9.8. What was that? What was the answer to number 4? Can you have a triangle with
You
those
can't,
three
no.
sides? No? Okay. Why not? What was the one combination that doesn't work?
Oh, 9.8 plus 3.5 is not equal. I mean, it's not greater than 2.7.
That is right. No, because...
It's not greater than.
Mhm. And how do you put not greater than? Well, the greater symbol with the, a line crossing it over.
if we don't have that, you'll get it wrong.
9.8. No, but this is just a mathematical way to express it. If you put not greater than, like spell it out, that would be fine. Yes. Now, problem number 5. Ray wants to place.
What if it was equal to?
If it's equal, then you will have a triangle, and that would be a right triangle. That's a good question.
So, miss, so in this one, you add 2.7 plus.
Oh, but you know what? My mistake. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about inequality theorem. If it's equal, it cannot be possible because then you're gonna have, for example, this 2. This is one side. This is another side, and then you have the third side that is equal. So it's not gonna be formed because it has to bend a little bit to form a triangle. So no, it's not possible.
Miss, but in this
It
one,
has to be greater.
in this one, how do you do it? You add 2.5 plus 3.5, right? No.
2.7 plus 3.5. You're checking to see if that combination is greater than the third side, which is 9.8.
And if it is, what's the next thing you'll do?
You check the 3 combinations. If the 3 combinations work, then you classify it as acute, obtuse, or right. Yes. And that's what we're going to do on the other problems that are coming up. Yes. Okay, now problem number 5, it's one of those that you can test, okay? In number 5, it says, okay, Ray wants to place a chair, so it is 10 feet from the television set. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put that number, 10 feet, okay? So 10 feet from the chair to the television. The question is, can the other 2 distances shown be 8 feet and 6 feet? Okay, so can this be 8 and 6? So the question is, can you have a triangle formed with those 3 numbers? And you have to show, what am I supposed to show here to say that it is possible? The 3 combinations. Okay, so give me one combination.
Oh, it's a triplet. What? I mean, it's that thing with the 10
8 plus 6 is greater than 10.
Is that greater than 10?
Yeah.
No.
6 plus 10 is greater than 8.
Yes.
And what's the third
And 8
combination?
plus 10 plus 8 is greater than 6.
10 plus 8
It's a 3, 4, 5.
is greater than 6. Yes. Okay, so yes, it is possible, right? So you're going to say yes
They all sum to the same, like they're greater. Yes,
because
the sum of any two sides are greater than the third.
Of the triangle.
I like that.
I'm so glad I had to start this break.
The sum of any two sides and I'm going to continue with the different colors so you can see that is greater
That's the last.
than the third side, right? Okay. And now, if you want to classify the triangle, then how will you classify that triangle? What type of triangle is going to be formed? And then you have C identify that triangle, and she said it's one of the triples. So triples are connected to what type of triangles? Right triangles. And how did you check to see what type of triangle that would be? Well, by looking at the C. The C is the biggest number. Which is the biggest number out of the 8, 6, and 10?
The 10.
The 10. So then the 10 must be the longest side, the C. So
The C is always like that across from the point, right?
across right from the angle.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so then if I test to see what type of triangle that would be, this is C, this could be A, this could be B. So I'm going to put it into the equation. The equation is C squared is what compared to A squared plus B squared? And Hilario, tell me the three combinations. What's going to be my conclusion if it's equal to?
4, 6, or 5.
For the green part right here.
100.
What type of triangle am I going to have if that is equal?
That.
Uh-huh,
C-
for this part.
C squared.
Right. Right.
A right triangle.
Yeah.
Why?
Because.
I know, miss.
Isn't it switch? Is it switch whatever?
Ask for help, Lalo.
Well, it could be equal, it could be less than, it could be greater than. So what makes you believe that is right?
Because. Like I said.
When they're
And I
equal.
just look over here on the wall, over here to the wall, okay?
Um,
If, look at the third row, second column. If the C square is greater than A squared plus B squared, the theorem says that it's gonna be an obtuse triangle.
Oh, that's how you figure that out.
Right. And the next poster says C squared is less than A squared plus B squared, then you're gonna have an acute triangle. But then, if you look at the Pythagorean theorem on the bottom, if it's equal to, then you're gonna have, look at the picture, what type of triangle is that?
The right triangle.
It's a right triangle.
Where's that one, miss?
And the
But
bottom,
right triangles
fourth
are
row,
triples,
second column.
right?
The triples are variations of right triangles.
Then
left.
this one
But
is
can there be
Pythagorean.
other
Yes,
combinations that are not triplets?
yes. Yeah, there's some others that are not triples, but, they're still right triangles.
Miss, so
Yes.
when it's
Okay?
acute, that means that the C is less than the A and B.
C square is less than A squared plus B squared, okay?
Yes, but when you told me it couldn't be if they were equal, what, number 4?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's
What
good.
is it?
On number 4, that's a good question. Look at number 4. See, in number 4, step number 1 is to see if you could have a triangle formed. Okay, so you try adding the two sides, and that has to be greater than the third side. And the three combinations should work. If one of them doesn't work, then it's not possible to have a triangle. So you stop there. Why is that? Because you're not having a triangle form. So why even classify it? Because you're not going to have a triangle. You know what I mean? So then on number 4, no triangle form. So don't even classify it because there's no triangle. But in number 5, there would be one form. What type? Then let's go ahead and put the numbers in. Let's go ahead and put C is 10, so it's 10 squared. And then A and B doesn't matter. You can just put 1 and the other one be B. So it's 8 squared and then 6 squared. What is 8 squared plus 6 squared equals to when you add them up?
Square plus, it's 100, it's gonna be 64 and 36.
64 and 36, how much is that when you put them together?
64 plus 36.
Uh-huh.
64 plus 36 equals 100. That's equal,
100.
that's right angle.
That is equal to, that is right. So since c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, then this is gonna be a right triangle. Or let me just put here, a right triangle would be formed.
Do we have to put it to right triangle?
Oh.
No, but I'm putting it so that you know that could be done, yes. A right triangle would be formed. How messy this is.
The ones that I found with was only 89.
8 or 9? Okay.
Wait, did that tell you figure out how to, like, cause I don't, like, cause on the quiz that I came to read, like, finish up,
Mhm.
I didn't get, like, the whole second half of it.
Last part. Last part. Yeah, so then step number 1 is first check to see if a triangle can be formed. Once you check 3 combinations work, then you can go ahead and classify it.
But how do you know if a triangle can be formed when it's missing a side? It was like, it was like those ones that it was like, can this be a triangle, and you would answer it, or is this a triple? It was a
Okay.
triple one.
With the triplets, what you're gonna do is see if, I'll get to that. And I'll give you the 4 most common triples. And I'll tell you how you can get that, okay? Okay, now number 6 and number 7, compare. When you compare, you're gonna compare the angle ABC. Look at the number across, that's a 12. And the angle DEF, look at the number across, that's a 10. So what can you tell me about angle ABC compared to
Measurement
DEF?
angle B is greater than measurement
Is
angle E.
greater, right? Okay, so then that's right. So you have to put the measurement of angle ABC
Miss, can we put B?
greater than the measurement of angle DEF. Well, it's recommended that whatever they give you, you just recopy it and just put it like that. Yes. Hold on just a minute. Number 7, we do the same thing. In number 7, you look at the segment PS, and across from PS is 80. And then you look at the segment QR, and across from QR, it's 100. So what can you say about PS compared to QR?
It's less,
Yes,
no, greater
it's, it's less than QR.
It's less than, that's right. Okay, so you just put the segment PS is less than the segment QR. And that's it, okay? Now let's move on to number 8 and 9. Need to look for, okay. Okay, and number 8, for this one you have to not only compare but solve for the variable. And then once you find for the variable, then you have to go with the minimum value because you don't want negatives, okay? So then for this one, let's look at the angle. The angle given here is 120, and over here is how many degrees? 90, okay. So then what you need to do first, it's set up an inequality. So I'm going to write an inequality. I'm going to say z plus 23, it's greater than, must be greater than 3z plus 9. And then from there, I have to solve for z. What do you do first?
You distribute the z's? I mean, you subtract
Subtract, okay.
the z.
That's right,
Subtract
Sophie.
Z, so
Great.
it's gonna be 2Z.
That would be 2z on the right. That's right. I just recopied the 23 greater than 2z. Good job, Sophie. Good job, Alex.
Then minus 9.
Then subtract 9 from both sides. That's right.
Minus 9.
And that would be what, 14?
Mm-hmm.
So 14 is greater than 2z. And last step is divide by 2.
So 7, it's greater than
Then z. But see, if you just leave it like that, z is less than 7. We're thinking about negative 100, negative 200, negative 1,000, negative. It's like, you know what? You cannot leave it open. You have to close it up and say, this is the minimum that the z could be. Do any of you remember how to force it to be positive? What do we do?
3C plus, no, 3C
Greater than
plus
0.
9 equals greater, no, it's greater than 0.
That's right.
Miss, but
You get the
I have a
smallest of the
question.
two. Yes.
Does it matter which one you pick?
You get the smallest. See, 90 is smaller than this one, so this should be smaller.
Also, you always get the smallest one and put greater than 0?
That is right. You always get the smallest of the two sides or the angles and let that greater than 0. Yeah, so let me do that over here. I'm going to put 3z plus 9 must be greater than 0 because we want that to be positive.
So you always get the smallest.
You get the smallest.
Minus 9.
Yes. And then you have 3z is greater than negative 9. Then you divide by 3.
You have
So
negative 3.
z is greater than negative 3. That's right. Okay, so then z is greater than negative 3. So what I need to do is put it together. Okay? I'm going to put both of those together in one inequality. So the answer should be, well, z should be in the middle. C is greater
So it's greater than
than negative 3.
negative 3.
What you do, you get the smallest of the two numbers. So out of negative 3 and 7, which is the smallest? The negative 3. So you have to put the negative 3 on the left side. And the 7 goes on the right side. So z is greater. Why is that greater? Because wherever the inequality symbol is opening to, that means that it's greater. So I need to leave that inequality symbol opening towards the z. So it's like that.
And then C is greater than 7.
Is less than, right? Because it's closing to where the z is. See, this should be smaller. So z, it's less than 7.
Okay.
So it's less than. So you can try any number like negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any of those numbers. If you put it into z, it would make a true statement.
Okay, that's the only thing I was confused about, Miss. Like, I thought like you could pick like
Any of the two sides?
Any of the two sides, but
Right.
you
It's the
picked
smallest.
the ones that are less, right?
Right, the smallest, yes. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Number 9.
Oh, I got it right.
You got it right. Okay, number 9. Any questions on number 9?
Yes.
Okay, this one, can you let A and B be any of the two sides? Any of the two legs? Yes, you can, right? The problem is, which one should be C?
C would be
26.
26, across on the right angle. That would be C. The other two sides doesn't really matter. It could be A and B. And then you put it into the formula. The formula is A squared plus B squared equal to C squared. This is a Pythagorean theorem, yes. You put in the numbers. A is 10, so it's 10 squared.
Plus X.
X squared equals 26 squared. 10 squared is just
100.
100.
Plus
26 squared, it's what? 700 and... What's 26 squared? Did you have C?
I got that one
You
right.
got that one right? So what did you get? Because you already have it.
24.
No, 26 squared.
It's 676.
Oh,
6,
670.
76, and then
That's
And
it.
then you subtract 100.
you subtract 100,
And then you square root.
and you get
576.
576, and that's a perfect square root number, right?
Yeah.
When you get the square root of that, that is what? 24? 24. Now, is that a triple? It's one of the triplets, yes. Why is that? Which triplet is that?
One of them with an A. Just kidding. No, it's not.
Wait, what do you mean that it's a
Is that one of the triplets? The 10, 24, 26. Yes, which triplet would that be? Which are the triplets? Give me the triplets. One of them is what? 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5, and it was
5,
5
5,
what?
7, 7, 8.
something, 13,
5, 12, 13.
7, 24, 25.
7, 24, 25.
And then something, 15, something.
Something with 15, 8,
17.
8, 15, 17. Those are the most common triples.
So it's all like, oh no.
Right. So if you try one of those, which one should we try to see if is it
12, 13.
5.
5, 12, 13?
It's one that's gonna be equal to, that on the C is gonna be equal to 26.
I think it's 5
That's
till
right.
13.
Okay, if we use a
12,
5,
13. Yeah.
12, 13, those numbers multiplied by what gives you
2.
10, 24, and 26? 2. So 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 12 is 24, and times 13 is 26.
Yay.
So it is a triple. Okay? It's a variation of a triple.
We have to memorize.
Miss, I don't know how to
It's recommended. that you memorize them.
3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, 17.
Right.
Wait, can I write that down?
Yes, go ahead. Okay, number 9B is one of those that you also have on the test. Okay? And you had it on the quiz. So let me go over that 9B.
Miss, we're not gonna go over the quiz.
No. Because some of you haven't finished it. But I'm just going to go ahead and grade like that. Okay, let me go over 9B.
Oh, yeah, we took a quiz on Friday, right, miss? Did you
Man.
finish it?
Go ahead. Let me just, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get another page, okay? Let me go to another. Add another page. If I look at that triangle, it's going to be 9x and x plus 3, right?
Uh-huh.
So when I assign the letters, I'm going to have maybe A, B, and C, like that. Okay? So let me go ahead and... So far, so good? Okay. Now let me go over number 10. In plan number 10, guys, all you have to do in number 10 is draw a picture for the entertainment center. Oh, I'm going to draw a picture.
Did you buy the one $2.99, miss? Or did you get the free one?
I bought it.
Miss, I didn't do as much work as you did on
No.
on letter B. I just
But you got it wrong.
I said 3, 4, 5. I forgot it.
With the 3, 4, 5? Okay. Right. Okay, so for number 10, the entertainment center has a width of 52, the height of 40. So we need to find out what's the length of the hypotenuse. Because as you know, televisions are measured based on the diagonal, right?
Yeah.
So then the TV that they have measures 60 inches. So this diagonal right here, don't send me no notifications, guys, please. Not now. So the hypotenuse has to be more than 60. Okay? So what you need to do is just do 40 square plus 52 square. That is equals to, and I'm going to let this be C. What is 40 square?
40 square? 40?
Right, plus 52 square. Go ahead and get that with the calculator.
Whoa. Big numbers here. Is it 160?
40 square plus 52 square.
This one? Oh.
That gives you the 4,340.
Like for each.
Right. 4,000,
Oh, miss.
mande. 4,340. And then you get the square root of that. When you get the square root of that, second square root, 4,340. That gives you 65.88. So then, yes,
65.87.
right.
88.
88 when you round it off, yes.
Which one do you round off, the 100?
The hundreds, yes. Yes, they will be able.
Okay, so how do you know if it's perfectly or not?
The TV, yes, they will be able to fit the TV in the entertainment center.
Oh, because it's 65 and the TV is 60 inches, right?
That is right.
Oh, okay.
I put that and you counted it wrong.
Really? Entertainment center, I'll check that in a minute. Because
The TV is
Miss, I
60.
know me too.
1257.
the TV
Yes.
You gotta show where.
diagonal, there you go,
I even drew a picture.
is smaller.
Throw it away.
Okay, so that TV has a smaller diagonal than the entertainment center diagonal, and that's the way you can check it. Any questions about 10?
11.
No?
Getting this.
Real
Great.
quick, 11.
11, all you gotta do is find the missing side. A, B, and C. And C would be 13. It's a triplet.
It's a triplet. Oh.
Yes.
Triple it. 1, 2.
It's a triple. Have a great day, guys.
I'll be at TV tomorrow. What time will you be here?
7:30. 7:30, yes. Okay, so if I look at that triangle and add, so there's going to be 9 squared plus x squared equals x plus what? 3 quantity square. And then you have to simplify that. So what is 9 squared? 81. Now the question is, how are you going to multiply that binomial square?
X.
You just multiply it by copying it twice. Which method will you use?
X squared plus 3
The FOIL. That's right. You use FOIL method.
Oh, just kidding.
The F stands for the first 2 terms. That's x squared. O stands for what?
Outer.
Outer terms. X times 3. 3x. I stands for inner terms. That would be 3x. And L stands for the last. So 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, let me just rewrite this. Can you simplify the right side?
It's gonna be
Yes.
Yes.
9x,
X squared plus
9x,
6
X
s
squared plus
6x
6x
plus
9.
plus 9.
It's gonna be
And
81
then you could take out the
plus
X's.
square.
That's right. Then we can subtract the x squares. And what happens when you subtract the x
Cancel.
squared?
They go bye-bye.
They cancel each other. So you're going to have 81 equals 6x plus 9.
Yes, and then you
Minus
subtract
9.
And then you subtract 9. So 81 minus 9 must be 72.
equals 6x.
And then you divide both sides by 6.
I love it when it's so
No.
easy.
So x is equal to
No.
12.
I know, it's so difficult.
So x is equal to 12. On the quiz, one of the sides was 12, and then you had to go back and plug in the x.
What note app are you using?
Explain everything.
Miss, on the quiz, I didn't know anything.
No, so
Really?
Get that.
so